Your guardian angels are reaching out to you with a message that feels long overdue. You've missed out on some moments in the past, not because you weren't ready, and not because you didn't deserve them, but because guilt made you believe you weren't allowed to have more. That ends now. You let certain opportunities pass you by out of guilt, but now you'll be given the chance to start fresh. The angels say, this isn't just a vague promise or a random moment of encouragement. This is your turning point. Maybe you told yourself you were just being realistic. It was safer not to expect too much. But was it really safety you were choosing, or was it self-punishment dressed up as humility? Take a moment to think about that. How many times did you see something you wanted and tell yourself, I don't need it, just to quiet the aching? Not because you didn't care, but because some quiet voice inside insisted you weren't allowed to care that much. There's nothing wrong with being selfless, but when selflessness becomes a habit of self-denial, it stops being noble and starts being painful. You've done more for others than you give yourself credit for. You've made sacrifices, stayed silent, stepped back, and stayed strong when no one else could. And you did it without ever asking for recognition. That matters. You matter. The angels have been watching you quietly take the backseat for too long. Whether it was an opportunity to grow, to love, to move forward, or simply to be happy, you've often stepped aside, thinking it wasn't your time. Or worse, that you hadn't earned the right to want more. But here's what they need you to understand now. Your past does not disqualify you from joy, and guilt should never be the thing that decides your future. Sometimes the hardest part isn't letting go of what happened. It's forgiving yourself for how you handled it. Maybe you said the wrong thing. Maybe you stayed when you should have left, or left when you should have stayed. It's easy to look back and feel like you should have known better, but you made those choices with the information, strength, and heart you had at the time. Can you give yourself a little grace for that? You wouldn't judge someone else so harshly. You'd tell them they were doing their best, that they meant well, that they were trying to survive. So why not offer the same kindness to yourself? After all, that guilt you've been carrying isn't proof of failure. It's proof that you care deeply. I repeat, you let certain opportunities pass you by out of guilt, but now you'll be given the chance to start fresh. Recently, someone has taken notice of you. Not just your efforts or your presence, but your energy. The quiet resilience you carry, the way you've managed to stay kind, hopeful, and generous, even while you've been hurting inside. That hasn't gone unnoticed. And soon, this recognition is going to open a door that feels too good to be true. But it is real, and it's yours. Imagine waking up, and for the first time in a while, you feel a little lighter. Not because everything's perfect, but because something inside you has quietly shifted. There's a softness in your chest where the tightness used to be. You might not even realize it at first, but you'll notice how the noise in your mind starts to quiet down. The heaviness isn't gone, but for once, it's not the loudest thing in the room. When was the last time you caught yourself smiling for no reason, or laughed without wondering if you were allowed to feel that free? These are the moments that whisper, you're healing. And they'll keep showing up, slowly, gently, like light breaking through the blinds after a long night. There's no big announcement, no obvious change, just a calm knowing that today might be different. Maybe you smile without forcing it. Maybe you feel a little more like yourself again. As the day unfolds, small signs show up. A message you didn't expect. A conversation that flows. A decision that finally feels easy. Things begin to align in ways you hadn't dared to hope for. And slowly, the heaviness you've been carrying begins to fade. This is the universe responding to your quiet strength, the patience you've shown, the love you've given freely. It's all coming back around. So now, it's your time to accept the good without guilt. How long have you been waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to want more? To reach out for the kind of joy that doesn't come with conditions or disclaimers. The truth is, you don't need permission anymore. You've earned your place in the light, not by being perfect, but by showing up with heart, even when it hurts. You've spent so much time carrying others, being the steady one, the strong one, the quiet presence who keeps everything together. But now it's your season to be carried, to be held, to be loved, not for what you offer, but simply for who you are. Let that truth sink in. You've always been worthy of that kind of love. To say yes without hesitation. To stop overthinking whether you're worthy and start embracing the fact that you've always been enough. Don't worry about how it's all going to happen. Just stay open. Stay curious. Say yes to things that scare you a little. Lean into the moments that feel unfamiliar. They're probably leading you somewhere new. The angels want you to release the fear that you might mess it up. Trust that what's coming your way is meant for you. And more importantly, trust that you're ready for it. In the days ahead, you'll begin to feel a shift. You'll meet people who see you in ways you haven't seen yourself. You'll stumble into moments that remind you of what it's like to be fully alive. It might happen in the most ordinary way, a familiar place that suddenly feels new, a song you haven't heard in years that makes your chest swell, or a kind word from someone who sees past your surface. These moments won't announce themselves, but they'll catch you off guard in the best way. And when they do, you'll remember what it feels like to be seen, chosen, and safe. You'll walk into a room and feel like you belong there. You'll hear your own voice and realize it's steady again. And maybe, just maybe, you'll look at your reflection and finally recognize someone who didn't give up. Someone who quietly kept going, even when it felt like no one noticed. But they did, and now so do you. You'll begin to understand why things had to happen the way they did. And if you ever forget how far you've come, just remember this: you kept your heart open through it all. That alone makes you worthy of everything that's coming. This concludes the message from your guardian angels. I want to end with a prayer for you. Lord, lift the weight of guilt from them and replace it with the quiet courage to receive what was always meant for their heart. Remind them that their worth was never tied to perfection, but proven in the love they gave, even when no one noticed. Let this be the season where grace overtakes shame and joy arrives without apology. May every opportunity ahead feel like a gentle return to who they truly are. Amen. This is not a coincidence. It's a second chance. And this time, you're not going to let it slip away. Type 404 to claim this message and the blessings inside for your own. Try and leave a positive comment for other viewers who might need a positivity boost in their day. The universe sees it as an act of kindness that fuels the cycle of good karma. You'll be spreading positivity and receiving the universe's blessings in return. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. An important message is waiting for you in the next video. Will you hear it?